He threw that patch on to make it look like he was in the club, but he was never in a club.
They want to be able to tack like 15 felonies upon jaywalking across the street. This outlaw motorcycle member and it doesn't matter what they stack on you.
Because they're a friend or they know somebody and they start hanging them around and making them official hang around. Next thing you know, they're prospecting. Before you know it, they got a patch and I'm going, you've never been in a club.
His dad was a bandito. He borrowed $100 from the club. It might have been 1,000. I don't know. But his own son was 86.
I think it was from that point on, I was like, one day, I'm going to be one of those guys.
And he said, if you don't get on a stand, you're going to lose. You're going to jail. I said, I can't take the stand.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Repo, Rod, and Peewee.
And he says to me, you can talk to me. I'm not in the police station. I'm at home. I'm like, how the hell did you get home? Mm-hmm. He said, bro, remember when you took off? And I said, yeah. He said, he shot at you? Well, he pulled me outside. He had the gun to my head. And the police showed up, and the police said, hey, put that gun down. And he says, no, man, I ain't letting this guy go. He ain't getting away from me. And the cop says, put the goddamn gun down. And he said, no. So the cop grabs him and tries to take the gun away from him. And while they're wrestling with the gun, Bob takes off running.
Was that the gun going off?
Yeah. So when Bob took off running, the guy knocked the cop down, and he went, boom, boom, twice at Bob, but he missed him. And so now I know he's a bad shot, right? Now I know he's a bad shot.
Yeah.
So Bob goes, yeah, man, I ran about 5 miles. I couldn't run anymore. I crawled into a doghouse, and I was sleeping in the doghouse, and then this big dog came out in the morning, and, man, I had to get out of there before he killed him. I was like, man, this is the craziest shit I ever heard. And I swear to God, bro, I never ever took a bike ever again. And when we got into the club and into the red and white guys, Pat had that motorcycle shop, and he didn't want any heat on him. Little at the time did we know, because he was selling a couple $1 million worth of, But he didn't want anybody rocking his boat. So he told us, you guys steal any bikes, buy any stolen, you're out of here. You're done. And I never saw anything like that happen in the club after that. Not in any charters I was in. But guys would take your bike, though, when they threw you out of the club. They take a bike,
Would you have to sign your bike when you first sign on? Do you sign your bike to them?
You used to. You used to have to. You don't know more. Yeah,
a lot of them were like that for the first year. Yeah.
Repo, how many people have you seen them sign their bike and then take the bike? Because you said you've seen a lot of people come through, right?
Well, Peewee could tell you the same thing. In the time that I was around, between hang-arounds, prospects, members, I can't even put a real number on the amount of guys that came and left. There was someone that told me one time, it's a steamroller. The big red machine is a steamroller. Comes down the road at you, you grab on, and you hang the hell on to it as long as you can. And when you can't anymore, it runs you over, keeps on going, and never looks back. But, there was a lot of guys, and I don't know how, West Coast, but East Coast, I can't even, I truly could not put a number. It's in excess of probably 200 or more in my time that I saw come and go day and night, Hey, maybe we take a run down and hang out with this guy. He's not around no more. He's what? Yeah, they threw him out last week. And I think it was Arkansas. They went down there and they were trying to kick it up in around Little Rock or something at one time.
Yeah.
And boy, that went south on them. They didn't. They had some problems down there, and I gotta say, I thought they were handling it. What I knew of it, and because I was tight with some of the Illinois nomads and stuff, and I thought they were doing a pretty good job getting it up and going. And boy, overnight it was like, oh, you didn't hear? Didn't hear what? Oh, they went down there and they shut it down. They took everything, and wow, really? And at that time, I had a place down in Kentucky. I was like, really? We went over, got all the furniture out of the clubhouse they were starting down there. It was all black leather furniture. I'm like, that's some nice stuff. We might as well take it, put it in the apartment here in Kentucky. They wasn't doing nothing with it no more.
That's like what happened to Philadelphia, right?
Yeah. I mean,
or Michigan, like Michigan, shut it all down.
I was just going to say, Repo knows. I got a brother from Michigan that was in the club with me and Rod. His name is Jay. He's right outside. He's here visiting me. I said, you want to be on a
tell
podcast?
Tell him I said come inside.
He goes, I don't want to do it.
Yell out to him. Tell him, get the hell in here next to you.
Goes,
I feel a certain way. Tell him don't be scared. I feel a certain way now. He won't come on and at least say hello to me. Is he going to be at our next run, Peewee? If he is, tell him I feel a certain way tonight. Yeah, he might want to come inside tonight.
He saw you on Brothers for Life. Say welcome, Jay.
Yeah,
he showed it to me. He goes, "Hey, here's Repo," and I said, "Yeah, there he is."
I'll tell you what, for that next one, I saw that. It said if everything goes right, this next one, wait till you see the bike I'm going to bring out that year.
Yeah.
You think it was crazy when I drank all that stuff that night and got on that bike and rode the mountain and rode. I still don't even remember riding back to where that hotel was. I just know I woke up there in the morning and the lady that managed the place, I was saying something about that pool out there. And she goes, yeah, I watched you come downstairs naked and jump off of it in the fence and go in the pool. I'm like, I did. Sorry. She's like, you're all right. You didn't bother nobody. Wasn't nobody else out there. I don't even remember. But that was some good moonshine I was drinking that night.
Oh, yeah.
Your runs get crazy. Huh,
I seen Sunday. I seen Sam Sunday.
Yeah,
I saw him. Yeah, he said, you see Repo around? I said, I talked to him.
Oh, yeah. He and I talk every now and then.
But Jay and his son are here, from Michigan. We were down in the shop, down by the shop there, and I said to him, hey, here, try this, man. He goes, what is this? I said, it's called Blackberry, man. It's moonshine. And he goes, the guys make it around here? And I go, yeah. And I gave it to him. And he took a sip of it. He goes, oh, wait. I said, yeah, it's about 160.
I think that night I left there, I drank, 2 pints or 2.5 pints of that pecan moonshine before I got on the bike. And, whew, I don't remember. I just remember being like really tired, and I won't tell him, man, I'm gonna go back to the hotel, man. I'm really fucked up. I want to go take a shower and slide in the rack, and I don't remember none of it. And I think Dan was following me. Like, man, you were like just zip, zip, zip. I didn't see a headlight no more. I thought you went off the road.
When I was interviewing Jeremy, he was telling me that a woman they were all with was partying. She was drunk and they didn't know how to get her back. So they bungee corded her and ratchet strapped her to the bike. Have you guys ever done that? And what do you do if you guys are in a pack and
I have
one of your brothers gets drunk or something? Like, what do you do?
I usually stick them in a car or something, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Like Repo said,
call somebody come pick them up. Yep. If there ain't an old lady there with a cage or whatever, just have somebody get them in a car and get them home.
I just never, Billy. I just never really had anybody ever on my motorcycle with me. You know what I mean? I never took like girls for rides, or I never packed my old lady going on most of the runs because I figured, if I got killed, she didn't choose the life I did,
Yeah.
And the reason I thought like that is because, you know the time I talked about the chick I saw 5 of them in 30 years be killed, so
Yeah.
I just didn't want it to be mine,
Can you explain the situation?
Well, I mean, it's just the road itself. Like Repo tell you, the road's dangerous, Like, I hit that retread tire, bro. I flew up and I flew over it. And when I came down, I went right into the stones and my bike just stopped. Thank God. When Kevin hit it behind me, he had his old lady. He was the only guy packing his old lady. And he told me when he saw it, he leaned to the left to get away from it, and she leaned to the right. And I heard Jeremy tell me that. I heard Jeremy tell you that sometimes a guy tries to react and somebody might lean the wrong way. That's exactly what he's talking about.
Yep.
He leaned the other way, counterbalanced them, threw them over, and they tumbled. They just tumbled. And she lost her life.
She was stuck on the bike, right? He stayed on the bike.
He flew off. Yeah, he's out of the club now too. I talked to him the other day. But you know what's funny is he got married after that, and he had a couple girls, 2 girls. He said that's his life now. That's all he does. So when he called me, he had me on FaceTime. He has daughters there, and he said, "Say hi to Uncle Peewee." And they're like, "Hi, Uncle Peewee." So it's kind of cute, He told me that he's been watching the podcast. I got to tell you, bro, it was funny. I was at the drag strip last Saturday. They had nitro funny cars here. I went to the races, and I went with another old greaser that I grew up with, right? Funny, I got a greaser shirt on today, see?
Greasers for life.
Yeah. So, I just don't smoke the cigarette. I leave that to Rod.
I do.
So, you too.
I'm smoking, man. I'm smoking. Man, it's recreationally legal in this area down here, and
I'll have to blur that part out.
Right.
Yeah, it's legal.
Like rummies. You go, Rod.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that being said, I mean, I saw that. I saw her get killed. I seen a girl one time. We were riding way back where a guy's girder broke off the front of his bike on the expressway. The bike hit the ground. He went into a wobble. Bike flipped over. He went one way. His old lady went the other, and a semi ran her over.